Hello and welcome to Daybreak Fraser Valley Weekend. I'm Jessica Ames.
And I'm Carey Jones.
And welcome, Carey. Bradley is on vacation this week, so I was thrilled that my good friend was able to join me today. Also joining us this morning to talk a bit about the current state of the real estate market is multiple CADREB President Club icon Kristina Legault of eXp Canada.
We'll also have our top 3 news stories from around the valley, courtesy Black Press Media, and our top picks for what you and the family could consider doing this weekend.
All coming up now. Welcome back, everyone. All right, Carey. Now, most of our audience, of course, hasn't met you, so we'll fix that in a short interview with you later in the program, so everyone can stay tuned for that. Normally, right now, we like to talk about what we got up to last weekend. So, Carey, why don't you tell us what you did last weekend?
Saturday, I drove my kids out to the Suki Waterhouse concert, so they wouldn't have to deal with parking and that whole schmozzle in the city.
Smart.
So I brought a friend with me, and then we just spent the evening in Vancouver waiting for them to get out.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
I spent my entire weekend at the Abbotsford Air Show volunteering for patron safety at Chalet Row. So it was really fun, had a blast, and we'll be definitely doing it again next year. You should join me.
Totally.
Yeah, it's so fun. Oh, did you hear that? It's time for everyone's favorite moment of frustration, our pet peeves. But you know what? Bradley's not here today, and Bradley's kind of the negative Nancy. So Carey and I are gonna flip the switch a little bit, and instead of talking about pet peeves, we're gonna talk about what we're grateful for. So why don't you share with the audience what you're grateful for, Carey?
A few things, but I would say that I've been marveling at the weather that we've had and this beautiful area that we live in called Chilliwack. And I know that a lot of people are displaced right now because of the fires, so I also feel compassion for those people. But the fact that we get to live in this beautiful place with this clean air and the blue sky is just, I'm super grateful for that.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I guess my gratitude is your friendship today, and I'm just so happy that you're able to step in and be my co-host. So thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Yay! But let's move forward. Why don't we pivot to our top 3 news stories for the week? You can start us off in Summerland.
Sure. Where we've no doubt all heard about the evacuations that have been taking place in and around the area as a result of some pretty massive fires. According to Jordy Cunningham of the Kelowna Capital News, thunderstorms and winds could increase fire activity at the Bald Range blaze in Summerland. Close to 200 fire personnel, 150 structure protection personnel, along with 14 helicopters and 29 pieces of heavy equipment have been working to contain the blaze. Just under 20,000 hectares, all listed as out of control as of the date of the report. So many people impacted by this, and a lot of people have lost the homes in neighboring fires. If you'd like to help in any way, information is available on the summerland.ca website.
And in Cultus Lake. Okay, now we move to such a heartbreaking news story. According to Jenna Hawk of the Chilliwack Progress, the body of a 13-year-old girl has been recovered from Cultus Lake on Monday by RCMP Underwater Recovery Team. The girl had been missing after suffering a medical emergency at Entrance Bay on Saturday, when BC Emergency Health Services, Chilliwack Search and Rescue, police, and firefighters launched a search. Chilliwack RCMP reminds the public to take precautions around the water. Always wear a properly fitted life jacket. Ensure you have the necessary swimming skills before entering the water, and use the buddy system. Never swim alone. BC Coroner's Service is launching an investigation. The girl was not wearing a life jacket.
And in Agassiz, Adam Louise of the Agassiz Harrison Observer reports this week that Van City Chilliwack is donating $6,000 to an Agassiz senior housing initiative. The money is being put toward replacing windows at 48 affordable housing units, helping to reduce costs and noise for seniors. The Agassiz Harrison Senior Housing Society state that, combined with the donation from the Agassiz Lions Club, we are well on our way to keeping our seniors a little warmer this winter and cooler next summer. Last month, the Agassiz Harrison Lions donated $15,000 towards the project. Great news when community comes together like this.
Yeah. Okay, thank you to Black Press Media for your top 3 news stories from the Valley this week. After the break, we'll be meeting Kristina Legault of eXp Realty to talk about the current state of the real estate market. And I've got some questions about what this means for prospective first-time home buyers like me. Well, welcome back, everyone, and welcome to Kristina Legault.
Thank you.
Chilliwack Realtor with eXp Canada. So good to have you here this morning. And Kristina, before we get on to the business of real estate, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'm Kristina Legault, a resident of Chilliwack for the last 11 years. So like many people, I have come from South Surrey. We have a lot of people still coming from other parts of the Lower Mainland and Fraser Valley, and we really love living here. And I've also been selling real estate for the last 10 years in Chilliwack.
Wow, amazing. 11 years. I've been here for 4 years, and as soon as I landed here, I felt like it was home. So I absolutely love the Valley.
It's lovely, and I think something that's really nice is just getting back to a sense of community as well. And then of course you have all of the great nature that's around and the greenery, so it's been really lovely.
Yeah, well, why don't you share with our viewers today a little bit more about the current state of the market? You're a bit of an expert, I hear, so.
Thank you. So with our market today, if you actually look at the stats, and there's always a lot of data there, if you look at the stats, we're more so in a balanced market, but we're definitely more in a buyer's market right now. And that is being driven a lot from buyer habits, kind of state of mind, where we are in the economy, and some other factors as well. So we're seeing buyers really drive what's happening, also perception of the market. And of course, a lot of people are taking a little bit more of a conservative approach to things, just with some more of the political uncertainty in other areas.
Right. Yeah.
So we definitely see that translating into real estate. And a lot of the buyers right now, particularly because we live in such a beautiful area in southern BC, and it's very common for people to move more frequently than in maybe some other parts of the country. Mm-hmm. And so our buyers right now are really people who have needed or have a need to move. So they've had a lifestyle change. They either need to upsize, they need to downsize, they've had a different, maybe they have a different job that they're going to, or they're working from home now. So that is really pushing where the buyers are coming from. More of a need to move than a want, where we do see a lot of people every couple of years, let's move, like we can go into a new house, we can decorate a new place.
Let's move for fun.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of people do end up moving for fun. So right now, those buyers are out of the market, which is also why that inventory level, while it's showing a balanced market, it's really more into a buyer's market.
Gotcha. Well, I have never bought a house before. I have rented my whole life. So being a newbie, maybe you could share a little bit more information on, what it's like to be a first-time home buyer and kind of what opportunities there are out there. What could you tell me?
As a first-time home buyer, what I would say first and foremost, the best thing to do is to get your pre-approval done with your lender. Mm-hmm. And you can either do that through your bank, you can go to a mortgage broker. Sometimes with a mortgage broker, that's actually going to give you a lot more flexibility in terms of a mortgage product and your rates and what's available to you. Mm-hmm. And as a first-time home buyer, it can be really exciting, but it's also really stressful. Yeah. And it's one of those situations where you might feel like you have a lot of questions and you don't want to ask them. And I would always say, ask every single question that you have. No question sounds ridiculous. It is all good. It's, again, you haven't had that experience yet, so you want to know everything that might come at you. And with a good realtor, they're going to take you through all of those steps of the buying process and make sure you have all of the information, you know what to expect, you kind of know the sequence of events, what's going to happen on a timeline. And from beginning to end, sometimes it's maybe a few months, sometimes it's maybe a year. But I think one thing that's really important to note when you are buying a home is you may look at 3 homes, you may look at 20 homes, but you're gonna know instinctively when you walk into that home
this
if it's
is
a good
it.
fit. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
okay.
you totally have that feeling when you walk into a home.
It must be really cool to witness that
It is,
over
and
and
it's-
over again.
It is, and it's really nice because you see people as you're looking at different properties, and some they're kind of like, yeah, it's okay, I don't, it could work, and then other ones are like, oh, I really like this, and you see all of their body language change.
It's like dating.
It can be exactly like dating. It's like, oh, I really kind of like you, and then others
Yeah.
like, I'm not so sure about this one.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, it's very much that same sort of process.
Gotcha. Well, thank you so much for sharing. Is there anything else that you would like to say to the viewers, maybe where they could follow you on social media or your website, something like that?
Website super easy, it's KristinaLegault.com, and Instagram's Kristina_Legault, same as Facebook, and also on LinkedIn. But Instagram and YouTube are probably the best places.
Great. Well, thanks for being on the show, Kristina.
Thank you.
Really helpful suggestions on how to navigate this soft real estate market, something we're really not all that used to in British Columbia.
No.
Okay, and next up, as promised, my interview with our guest host this week, Carey Jones. Please stay tuned. Myself, I am fairly new to Chilliwack, actually. I moved here about 3 years ago.
It provides the opportunity to get involved in many different types of projects, not only local but also international.
I joined because I just wanted to learn more about Chilliwack.
Really interesting people.
We lip synced music all night long as the entertainment for the Rotary Club.
So we were able to provide a water well.
I wanted to make friends, I wanted to network.
Rotary has given me so much over the past 6 years that I've been a part of it.
You're one of the most organized and charities and service clubs in the world.
It really makes you feel like you're a part of something.
Okay, Carey, it's your turn. First of all, thank you again for being my guest host today.
Of course.
This is the first time I've been lead on the Daybreak desk, so it's good to have a familiar face to share that with. Let's talk a little bit about you. I know you. We met through Rotary here in Chilliwack, and we've become great friends. But the viewers don't know you so well, so why don't you tell us, were you born in the Fraser Valley?
I wasn't born here, but I did grow up here. My family moved here when I was younger, chasing the construction boom in the early 90s. And so I have been here most of my life. So I went to school here, graduated here, built a family here, and then moved away to Kamloops for the last 7 years. And so my kids and I just moved back about 7 years ago to Chilliwack, back to my hometown. And it feels like a homecoming.
Yeah, glad to have you back, especially because your girls help babysit my daughter, so that's great. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about what you've been up to since you got back?
Yeah, well, first I just want to say I'm just so grateful to be back in Chilliwack. Like, I love Chilliwack. It does have my heart, and it's just exploded and gotten even better in the last 7 or 8 years that we've been away, and so we're super happy to be back. I have two 17 and 19-year-old kids, so they're also trying to find their footing in Chilliwack and build their own communities. And I personally have been rebuilding a community, reconnecting with old friends, and making new friends through things like Rotary and things. So to answer your question, I started a business about a year ago when I moved back, completely unexpected and unplanned. It was not the plan when I was originally coming back to Chilliwack, but through happenstance, that's just what happened. Crazy, weird time to start a business in this economy, and just having to learn without having the expected, here's my business plan and here's what I'm going to do. I had to figure it out fast. And so I've been learning everything from how to set up a business all the way to actually the actual running of the business. And so that has been super roller coastery and an emotional roller coaster as well, of trying to learn how to get that going. So, yeah.
I feel you. And I'm super proud of you. It is very difficult starting a business, like you said, especially in this economy. I'm grateful for your partnership with the Chilliwack Neighborhood Welcome, so thank you for that. So anything else you wanted to say? Maybe you could tell our viewers, if they wanted to get in touch with you, how they could do that. Are you on social media? Do you have a website?
Yeah, so what I do is I work with trades and construction businesses to help them build out the business that they actually want that doesn't rely entirely on them. And so there's ways to get in touch with me. They can go to my website, edengrowth.ca. It's in process. A mutual media contact of ours is going to be revamping my website. So it's a placeholder for now, but you can also find me on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, all of the different options. So my company name is Eden Growth Partners, but if you just look up Carey Jones or Carey Helps Trades on Instagram, you'll be able to find me.
Wow. Well, thank you for sharing. Thanks so much. Even though we're friends, we never really got into these sorts of details. So it's really nice getting to actually know a little bit more about you. And yeah, after the break, our picks for events you need to do this weekend. All right, it's the middle of August and there's a lot to do in the Fraser Valley this weekend, and we've got all the hits. So let's get started in Abbotsford.
In Abbotsford this weekend, it's the Grand Chess Classic at Seven Oaks Mall on South Fraser Way, starting tomorrow and on Monday, August 17th at Centre Court. Whether you're a seasoned competitor or a casual player looking for a challenge, it's guaranteed to be competitive and fun, and I think it'll be really neat to watch. In partnership with the Abbey Chess Club, the Grand Chess Classic is an all-ages tournament with a $500 cash prize for the winner, with the final round to be played on a giant chessboard.
So cool. Love that. Oh my gosh, I think my brother would love that. Too bad he's in Penticton. But in Chilliwack, it's the 7th annual Mural Festival in the downtown core, starting today and continuing all weekend. This is a celebration of public art, and there are just so many amazing representations on buildings in the downtown core from both local and international artists. It's awesome and always attracts a large audience in and around the 1881 district with free music, free walking tours with Michael Berger of Chilliwack Tours, our guest from last week, and so much more. The event is hosted by the Chilliwack Community Arts Council, and check out the website chilliwackmuralfestival.com for all the adjacent events and details. Also, tomorrow night, it's the Chilliwack Flight Fest hangar party starting at 7 p.m. with planes lit up with LEDs, pyrotechnics, and the Rundown providing non-stop tunes. The hangar party is the prelude to the longest running free air show in Canada, which begins Sunday at 12:30 p.m., gates at 11 a.m. More information and tickets to the hangar party at chilliwackairshow.ca. Well, what are you planning on doing this weekend?
I think I'm going to check out the Mural Fest.
Oh, I'll see you there. I'm going to have my neighborhood welcome tent up, so come say hi.
Will do.
And in Harrison?
In Harrison Mills today and Sunday at 1 p.m. and tomorrow at 11 a.m., you can see the theatrical performance of Hansel and Gretel at the Kilby Historic Site. A great way to spend an afternoon with the kiddos, and the ticket price includes admission in to the Greater Kilby Historic Site, so you have your whole day planned. For more information and tickets at kilby.ca.
In Hope, starting tomorrow and continuing Sunday, why not try the Hope Art Crawl, where you can explore local art and creators. You start with a passport that you can have stamped at each of the 25 exhibits, and by doing so, you're eligible to win from amongst a slew of prizes. Such a unique way to celebrate the arts and spend your weekend doing something a little bit different. Check out more information, including a map of the tour and a printable passport, on the hopeartcrawl.com website.
Okay, Langley appears to be party central in the Valley this weekend. So much to choose from, including the 30th annual Arts Alive Festival. A lot of art happening this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Tomorrow at McBurney Plaza from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Over 200 visual and performing artists with live music and interactive family activities. Or If you'd just like to get your hands and shirts sticky, there's Rib Fest Langley on both Saturday and Sunday at McLeod Athletic Park with high energy dance party, band double overtime.
Also, a massive spectator-friendly car display with live music tomorrow, Saturday at Kwantlen Polytechnic Langley campus, raising funds for student scholarships. Okay, that's it for this week. Thanks to Kristina Legault of eXp Canada for joining us on the show this week. And thank you, Carey, for being my co-host this week. It was great working with you and learning a little bit more about you. Bradley is back next Friday, and I'm sure we'll get to hear all about his trip to the Okanagan. Until then, if you have something you think we should share on the show, we'd love to hear from you. Please contact us through Messenger on Chill TV's Facebook page. Thank you for watching, and have a fabulous Fraser Valley Weekend.